VPC and then come back here and create a VPC. Go into VPCs. Yeah, create default VPC. Go ahead and create it first. Then create a EC2 instance. What does it say?
The page is closed, it will not.
Okay. Wait for a minute and probably it will open. You launched your EC2 instance for admin? Very good. Oh. ఇంటర్నెట్ ఇష్యూ ఉందా ఇష్యూ పని చేయట్లేదా ఇంటర్నెట్ అక్కడ ఏదైనా ప్రాబ్లం ఉందా డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది మధ్యలో Run AWS CLI command. Okay, you are EKS, right? Go into EKS cluster. Go into EKS clusters and then you'll see the list of clusters. I'll show it to you in a moment. So look here, on the console you search for EKS. You have EKS Kubernetes clusters, services, alright. Go in there. On the left hand side you will see Amazon EKS, not the ECS. EKS. ECS is different. So under EKS you have clusters. So if you click on the clusters, you will see the list of clusters you have. Alright, if you have already launched your command, maybe you will find something.
Only one.
Then probably it's launching. Check the status of the cluster, it should be active. If it is not active, you have to delete it and recreate it.
Is it status created?
Then it's coming up. Yeah. I think it's coming up.
So I have to execute this command once again, or?
No, don't do it. It's coming up, right? So either it has to fail or something should happen. If you try to launch it again, it throw an error. It says that
I have to set up the Jenkins.
Yeah. Now you go ahead and set up your Jenkins instance, install your Jenkins, all that stuff. నెట్ ప్రాబ్లం వస్తే అది డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయిపోతుందా? అప్పుడు దాన్ని తీసుకొని మళ్ళీ చేయాలా? ఆటోమేటిక్ కనెక్ట్ అవ్వదా? అవు. Yes. You have to say it. What does it say? Plus error. On the console it says it doesn't exist. It says creating or something. You run it 2 times then. Yeah, then it's creating on the background first time. Or change the cluster name and create a new one, and then you can delete the old one later. Change the name of the cluster and launch that command again. You will have a name of the cluster. Change it to something else. Yes. Ask.
After creating this, I'm trying to document some finances. I try to execute, but it's showing errors.
Then your EC2 instance or something is not set up.
Then the
AWS CLI,
before the net issue, it has worked.
Okay. Try to connect to that EC2 instance again. Close it. Close your Eksctl. Launch a new Eksctl and try to connect again. No response from Amazon means it's trying to connect to the API, but there is no response coming back. So probably your session is expired, or there is another problem. We'll try to find out if the session is okay first. So close your session, Eksctl. Create, launch a new session, connect to your EC2 instance, and execute the same command. Now, while you are waiting for EKS cluster, go ahead and set up your Jenkins server, install Jenkins. Yes. Perfect. Your EKS cluster is ready. See, it's really easy to set up EKS clusters. One command, that's all you need. For EKS? No, we are using that EKS right? Now when you give that command, it will launch everything automatically. Go to that Atlassian document, you have a command over there. You just have to run one command. It will use everything, default everything. I think it uses the default one. Yeah, that's command. That's it. One single command. It uses default this. Okay, let's try to understand what is happening. Read. You've been working really hard for last 20 years to study, right? Let's read. What does it say? Replace AWS third-party license. You want to replace it? Why not? So let's say no. You scared of too many things. Don't be so scared. Replace AWS install. You want to replace the installation? No. Perfect. Replace README. Do you want to replace? No. No. Very good. Replace blah blah blah. We don't want. Yes. Okay. Very good. It's going to ask you all those things. Now you have an option here. All. So say all or A. Stop using mouse. You are an administrator. Fingers on the keyboards. గన్ పట్టుకొని పేల్చాలంటే ముందు పొజిషన్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి ఆల్ ఏ క్యాప్స్ ఎంటర్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ డన్ that command is successful. Now you can proceed. Java source not found. Source command. You launched the Ubuntu?
Yes, sir, Ubuntu.
Uname -a. Run uname -a. There. That's Ubuntu instance, right? Yeah, that is Ubuntu. Okay. Restart source file Java variables imports. Install Java data systems. Source not found. Check Java. Echo $Java home. So I think the source command is not there in this instance. Echo space dollar capital Java home underscore home. No space after dollar. Very good, huh? Nice. Java underscore home. Enter. Your Java home is not set up. So the sourcing is not happening. Cat that script, Java install, cat it. Install Java. Did you see the source command etc source/etc/requirement? Cat that command /etc/environment. That did not get created. Do one thing. Run an export on both. Export space. Copy the whole thing. Copy that whole line 1. Let's do the same thing for line 2. Complete line 1. Do the same thing for line 2. Now do export $Java home. Hmm. Oh, cat, yeah. Oh, sorry, echo, that's good. Yeah, now you have Java home. Continue. Hmm? No, installation is done. Java installation is done. You can go ahead with Jenkins installation. Your case is up. EC2 blah 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 fetch stack event attempt to troubleshoot the root cause of the problem unexpected status rollback in progress. You cancelled it somewhere. Delete that cluster and recreate it. It's okay. That's why you have AWS. Yeah, cancel हो गया ना वो आधे में cancel हो गया ना वो rollback हो रहा था. You go to EKS clusters and delete, not on EC2 instances. EKS cluster, yes. Allow all traffic. All traffic. Hmm. Yeah. Remove the first one. You don't give anything. It will take care of everything. Nothing else. Nothing else. You are allowing all traffic. A rollback fail. Yes, huh? Go back to the arrow. Create fail cannot create cluster ABC because this is a different name. Isn't it a different name? What was your first cluster name? Hmm? This is the second cluster that failed. A second is also failing with the same error. No, you're just saying yes, yes, yes. If I find the error is different, you're going to have a hard time. What? Where did you change the name of the cluster? You did a back one, with your mouse, with your arrow key, and then you entered it. Where did you change the name? And see if you need to change other things also. Cluster name, okay. So let's say dev1. Version, we are okay with 16. Region, okay. Node group name, change the node group name. Standard workers, let's call it 1. Node type, fine. Nodes 3, fine. Nodes minimum 1, max 4, manage nodes, fine. Yeah, now go ahead and run it. Okay. Mm-hmm. We don't have any such steps, right? We don't have any such steps that attaches IAM role to an instance. Why are you trying to do that? Now able to edit it. So the IAM role is nothing is attached here. Shut it down first. Shut it down and then attach it. While it is running, you cannot attach a role. Hmm? EC2 instance. Shut down the EC2 instance. Then try to attach the role. It's not working. What does it say? Error. Show me the role. If it is not there, then it's not there. Okay. What's the policy you are attached to? EKS cluster, Q cluster, access admin access. It should be available when you are trying to launch EC2. Admin access it is given, right? Launch an instance. Create a new role here. Security needs a CIDR block, security group ID. Why are you changing anything at all? We said all traffic. Choose both of them. Select all traffic. It's automatically selecting everything. Just launch it. Why did you say custom? You selected? You're launching a EC2 instance, right? If you are launching a EKS cluster, then you will select it. When you're launching a EKS cluster, then on the drop down it will show you. Right, you cannot launch a EC2 instance when you're trying to launch a cluster. That's a managed cluster you're launching, right? Right? So managed cluster, that's a different phase. So instead of selecting EC2 launch, you're doing a EC2 instance launch. You have to do a EKS cluster launch. Then it should show you that EKS role in the drop down. Go to EKS screen, then try to launch it, not in the command prompt from the GUI. What does it say? There are problems connecting to your instance. An error occurred when we are unable to connect to your instance. Wait for a few minutes and try. Okay, let's wait. Don't use this thing. Use the MobX term. Browser will get disconnected frequently. You guys launched the EKS cluster? Done? Amar? You done with EKS cluster? Is it active? While this is coming up, set up your Jenkins. What about you guys? EKS done? Jenkins you are on? Very good. Your EKS cluster is not coming up. Done? Yeah, let's check. Don't worry. Yes. Tell me. You're going to talk a lot on phone, so get used to talking.
In provision, how I executing the provision command, EKS cluster launch.
Mhm.
I'm getting signature is does not match. I'm getting the signature does not match. While executing the commands.
A rule probably you have given is wrong. Did you set up your AWS CLI, AWS configure? And you are using signature does not match. It's not a PEM key problem. You have a key problem somewhere. That the key is not, you're not giving the key. EKS create cluster, cluster name, version, region, node group, node type, nodes, blah blah. Checking. Okay, your STS token cannot get the role ARN for current session signature. Must request signature. Must request signature. You have to configure AWS again. AWS configure. Did you do that?
Yes, sir. Configured
Try to do it again.
by typing command.
Yep. Just stop copy pasting everything. Type command. AWS configure. Type it, I'll tell you. AWS space configure. Perfect. Give your access ID. Where did you get this access ID? This is root or this is a username that you created?
That I have used, sir. I'm using
Try to get the root one. Looks like this is a problem.
from root I have to do, sir.
Yeah.
Then I
Log
have to
into
exit
AWS console. No, keep it there. Go to AWS console.
this console.
Security credentials.
I don't use it, sir.
You are from there? Okay, this one. Okay, let's go back. Okay. Copy paste it. You should stop using the browser. It will terminate halfway. Okay, give the secret key. Not the full. No, full I think. Go back there.
Then here I have to give full
No. Go back to this thing. Your management console.
management console.
Let's try to create a new one. Delete it.
Delete option is not there.
Deactivate. That's okay. Cancel it now. That's fine. Let's create a new one. Running CSV. Okay. Open this one here. Click.
పక్కన క్లిక్ చేసి
Copy both of them. Put it on the notepad. Okay, that's fine. Copy. Go to the prompt. Do a control C here. Run the same command. AWS configure again. Give the access key. Press the password. Didn't come. Run AWS configure again. Control C. Enter. Give the ID.
You have to install Maven, sir.
If the Maven is already there, don't install it. MVN-version.
Actually, it is not there, sir. I checked it, and with the app to install Maven, I didn't, sir.
It doesn't give any this thing.
Again,
version.
Ambient version is saying that Java home environment variable is not defined correctly.
This is a new session.
No, sir. Old session.
Export cat dollar Java home. Java home is not there. You're not pasting it properly. Where is this thing? Second thing. Go back here. Show me where you pasted this thing. Where is it?
But it is not. Just came to this.
Control C. అది కాదు పేస్ట్ చేయాలి కమాండ్ పేస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ఇక్కడ జరగాలి దానిపైన కాదు ఏం చేస్తున్నావు అనేది ఫస్ట్ ఆలోచిస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఫింగర్స్ ఆ పని చేస్తాయి ఐపీ కాన్ఫిగర్ వెరీ గుడ్ ఎక్కడ నేర్చుకున్నావు ఈ కమాండ్ ఐపీఏ అది విండోస్ కమాండ్ ఐపీ ఎందుకు నీకు ఇప్పుడు రైట్ ఐడి మౌస్ పని చేయట్లేదా రైట్ క్లిక్ కాపీ అది రాంగ్ కదా జావా హోమ్ అలా ఉండదా క్యాట్ డాలర్ జావా హోమ్ అంటే క్యాట్ కాదు సార్ ఎకో
I can give directly this command. Eks cluster.
అయిపోయింది అది ఓకే ఇంకా ఇవ్వు కంప్లీట్ అవుతుంది కదా ఎక్కడైంది ప్రాంప్ట్లోకి ఎక్కడ వచ్చింది డిఫాల్ట్ రీజన్ ఎంటర్ పెట్టు జావా హోమ్ ఉంది కరెక్ట్గానే అది జావా హోమ్ డాట్ జావా దాకా పోయిందా అది రాంగ్ ఇక్కడ దాకా ఇవ్వు జావా హోమ్ ఈక్వల్ ఇక్కడ దాకా ఇవ్వు అంటే స్క్రిప్ట్ రాంగ్ ఉంది అనుకుంటా ఒక నిమిషం వెనక్కి వెళ్ళి వెనక్కి ఇక్కడ ఎంటర్ పోయి ఎంటర్ కొట్టు ఎంటర్ ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ కమాండ్ నానో కాదు అది ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ వేరియబుల్ మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ స్పేస్ జావా అండర్స్కోర్ హోమ్ let me do one thing I will change the script you have a serious problem with your account something is going wrong on that account whose account it is yours you messed it up or something is happening roll back in progress let's pull on setting availability zone subnets okay using Kubernetes 116 feeding cluster dev3 manage creating separate cloud promising stack successful and initial manage not to shift cloud promising control side okay logging like this Kubernetes API and Kubernetes is default okay building cluster stack define stack ready for unexpected steps roll back in progress fetching stack events EC2 internal gateway create session cancel why or failed session cancel the maximum number of VPCs have reached That's the problem. We have too many VPCs. Go to VPCs, delete all the VPCs except the default one. Go into VPCs and delete everything. Cluster ready? Okay. No, don't do that. Delete it and do the way that we are talking about here. We cannot troubleshoot that problem right now. Delete that cluster and go ahead and do this way. One minute. Same problem you guys have?
The server is, my version is disconnected.
Cannot create cluster dev because the targeted availability zone does not currently have sufficient capacity for the cluster. You have US East 1E, that's US East 1, isn't it?
Okay, we have created in Android.
Yeah. A region does not have the EC2 instances. Okay. Yours is export java underscore home equal to. Give the path up to AMD64. Right, that should do. You started deleting it? EKS cluster? Go ahead, do it. No, we're not going to fix your error now. You need to finish this workshop as it is scheduled. Your problem, we'll fix it later. So go ahead and launch another cluster in the way that I asked you to launch. Keep the cluster as it is. We'll try to troubleshoot that later. Hmm? Which one? After Maven install Docker, yeah. Go ahead and install Docker. Helm chart, yeah. That also you can install. Install everything as per the document. We have Docker and then Helm, right? Yeah. Helm and Docker. Yeah. Go ahead, install Helm and Docker. You had problem with Java, is it? Yes. What's your error? Post it to Slack. What is it?
This line is same day 64 in installation.
Cannot start this. Helm not found. Why is it saying helm not found? Your installation has failed, okay? The last command is not failing. Cannot start this, which means this does not have untar, okay? It has helm, right? This is your helm command, which is extracted. Why the move command is not working? Ah, okay. It's not able to find the path. Hold on a moment. You can manually shift it here. You move the helm command, which is under this, into user local bin. Then run a helm version. What's happening is this is extraction. Extraction is successful, and you are able to find it also. Then the move command is failing. See, move says that there is no such file, but actually there is a file. A problem could be move is not searching in the right directory. So you go to this directory using cd Linux AMD64. If you do a ls, you will see helm. All right. Then move helm command, mv helm to user local bin manually. All right. Then you can execute the helm version command. It will show you helm version. I think something is going wrong with the move command here. We will check it. You got that error fixed?
We are trying from first. This is the
Yeah, looks like we don't have enough instances of that. Yes, East 1 is completely occupied. That's a default one. Everybody seems to be using it. Try to use a different region. What about you, Monica? The cluster is up? Hmm? It's right? You set up Jenkins. While you are waiting for this, do this Jenkins. You have set up the Jenkins thing? You both are doing together?
It is ARM 64.
Hmm?
This spelling mistake is there, sir. That command.
That is
Folder
okay.
name is ARM 64.
Oh. Where?
Move command, sir.
Move Linux AMD 64. Ah, okay.
AMD register.
Okay. ARM, yes. All right. That's one problem. That's all right in this error. Any other errors we got?
Only that is.
Ah, very good.
One more error is coming.
What's that error?
Executable format error it is coming.
When you're running help,
Yes. Again,
then this is wrong. You are sure you launched Ubuntu, right?
yes, sir.
Ubuntu 18.
Ubuntu 18. Running the snacks.
Yeah. Except format error. I think, yeah. I think maybe this is not ARM 64. Hold on. Supposed to be AMD 64. Error was, the problem was not with this thing, with the URL. That's AMD. AMD 64. Run a git pull and try to execute the same script again. I have updated that install helm.sh command.
In Git tool, we have to use the URL.
You can do a git pull origin main. That will do. The cluster is up. Okay. Okay. Yes.
It's getting again same error.
Which region you are running?
No, sir. Already already same already.
It does. I think its partial cluster was created. Go to EKS cluster. Go to EKS. Ah, okay. Change the name also. No, already exists except. Change the name. Run the command, same command again. Instead of dev, use dev1 or use dev1. ES used 1 is throwing an error. Do a ES use 2. 2.
We done the instance in the east one. We can do this east two.
This is different region, right?
Is it a problem or?
Which going to be? We'll see. But where there we are, we have to add that security group to this EKS cluster somehow.
We can do EKS and we can install.
Really, you want to do that? This is a single command. You don't do it. We are lazy. That's the problem. Why would you want to do all the clicks and everything when it can be done from a single command? And this looks fancy. And you say, I can create, we create EKS clusters from command prompt. Really? Everybody thinks it's complex. It's not. Yes, home.
I made just now I made a change to that file location also.
Okay.
It is asking to commit the change, change or stash that change.
Okay, remove that whole directory and run a git clone again. For DevOps Cloud. You cannot commit. You're not a contributor, so you can't. So remove the DevOps Cloud.
Can I stash it?
You can do all those sorts of things, but they will be here only. You can't push it. Where are we? For now?
Jenkins service and I create
The EKS cluster is going on. Ah, that's not. Very good. Where are we, guys? Suraj? Where are we? EKS cluster done. Jenkins. All right. I changed some scripts on Jenkins, the repository. So you may have to pull that again. Siraj, you may have to pull that code again. So remove that DevOps Cloud directory, run a git clone again. I've changed some of these scripts. They're throwing some errors. Here is a question, EKS, why can't we create it from management console? That's what Amar asked. So why can't we create it from management console? That's easy, right? The management console, you guys have been doing EC2 instance, you're launching from management console, right? Why can't we do the EKS cluster also? That's easy. Or at least, that's what he says, it's easy. But why are we not doing it from console? Management console, the GUI, browser. Why are we not doing the browser thing?
kubectl, kubeproxy. I'm not doing it. Only we can launch the worker nodes and master nodes.
Okay. Why are we not doing from there?
The components inside.
No, everything will be there. Those components you are installing here. That's fine. But without EKSCTL, we can do this whole thing from management console also. Why are we not doing it? That's the question. Why are we not doing it, Rajwana?
Because we need CPL to access the database. I mean to communicate with the database.
That is kubectl. We don't need EKSCTL. And anyway, you have to install kubectl somewhere or the other. We are talking about why did we choose EKSCTL over management console? Instead of a browser, we chose to go with EKSCTL. Why? Okay, let me ask this. Which is easy, you think? The browser or the command? What about others? What do you think? Command or browser? So you know why we use EKSCTL instead of the browser. Browser, it looks like it's actually easy, but it's not. One thing. Second thing, you cannot automate it. Let's say you want to run 10 clusters. At a time you want to launch 10 clusters. If it is command prompt, all that you do is change the cluster name, open 10 sessions, launch it. If it is management console, the browser, you have to redo all the steps. Command prompt, you store everything into a file. You just change the name of the cluster and it gets launched. Same command again and again. Anytime, why the reason why you use a command prompt is it's easy to automate. It's not just easy, it's only the possible way to automate. You cannot automate a browser. So eventually everybody with experience moves to command prompts. That's why all the people who are in Linux don't like Windows. Windows is not strong with command prompt. It is strong in a different area. It's exceptionally good, user-friendly, UI. That's why when we are trying to do a regular desktop stuff, we use Windows. But when we try to do something on the background, we go with Linux. So command prompt allows you to automate stuff. That's the reason we went with EKS And also in interviews, this is another important thing. You can actually remember EKS command and tell how you create a EKS cluster. You cannot explain all the steps on GUI. If somebody asks you how do you create EKS cluster, you have about 4 or 5 things, 5 lines. Eksctl create, name of the region, name of the cluster name, and then you have worker nodes and min max. That's it, approximately. Roughly, that's what it is. That's how you create EKS cluster. So there's nothing more to do. As compared to this command, you cannot really tell how you're going to do it on a prompt or on a GUI. So usually you go with this model. Anybody who is a little more experienced beyond the GUI. Yep.
It's showing the errors.
What's the error?
Any chat.
What's the error?
Dark chat error is not recoverable.
Hmm?
Post it.
This is still wrong one. You did not clone it.
I cloned it, sir. I remember the old file and cloned it.
This is not the file. What is the file inside that command? ARM64. It should be AMD64.
It is AMD. Inside the thing is there, sir. AMD 64.
It is there.
Yes.
Cannot open. No such file or directory, it says, which means it's not, wget did not work. Did it download a new file? You are manually running it or you are running the whole script?
Whole script, sir. I run it in manual.
Hmm?
Should I run it in manual?
No, it should work. Hold on, yeah. I got the error. I changed the URL, but I did not change the name of the file.
It is ARM.
Yeah, it's supposed to be AMD. Okay, delete it and pull it, clone it again and run it again. Jenkins AMI should be Ubuntu 18. That's also a free tier eligible one. So do not choose Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Everybody created the EKS cluster? It's successful, the command? It's cluster, the one in US East, one region is ready. Okay, go to the console, management console. Refresh. That's not possible. Log out and log in again. Is this the account that you created? Are you sure? This sound, these problems, they look really familiar to me. What's the account ID you used? Access ID when you're setting up the EKS CTL command? Show me that. The access ID. Show me the access ID you used when you're setting up AWS configure. Okay, now go to the console, management console. This is the one. Go here. Security credentials. Access keys. Click on that. Confirm they both are same. You don't have any access keys. Which one did you create? That's not the access key you used. I know the problem. Yes. Okay. What's error? Should keep the errors. Something is a dangerous word for administrators. I don't know what the something is unless you run it again. Yeah? No, only the EKS this thing. Run the EKS cluster, EKS CTL cluster creation command. Yeah, that one. Change the name to dev1 next time. Very good.
I tried to connect, but I am getting this error.
Network connection refused. Ubuntu. Did you allow all the traffic?
Yes, I allow all copies in instances.
Go to the console, management console. Is it an instance? Why do you have 5 instances running? Dev standard dev is okay. Jenkins admin. Okay. I have 3. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So come down here. Click on security. I am role inbound roles. Select it. No. Inbound. Come down. All. Looks like you port range all. Okay, it did that. What's the username you given?
Jenkins server.
No, they in the this
This
thing.
terminal.
Mm.
Terminal Ubuntu.
Try it again. And the access key. That's IP. You sure?
Yes.
Jenkins server
ఏం చేంజ్ లేదు ఇగో ఇదే కదా
54 142. Okay. Okay. Ubuntu.
పోర్ట్ నెంబర్ 89 ఐ థింక్ సో Ubuntu 18
No, nothing.
here key
Add your PAM key. PDF. As a PDF file?
open
No, that can't be a PDF file.
then what after
Your earlier one was also PAM key. It's the same thing you used for both.
yes sir.
Okay, open. Okay, it's working.
Jenkins server is setup, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I have restarted it and it is working.
Okay.
I have to install the Slack plugin. Jenkins
Yeah,
plugin.
go to that document, Jenkins document. Install all. Slack is not necessary. No, Nexus is also not necessary. We have some Git and then there is a pipeline plugin or something. So install those plugins. Yeah, you're going fast. Good.
For Jenkins, we are creating a instance.
Mm-hmm.
In that, we have to usually close that. Like that.
Configuration.
Configuration, we have to give user data, we have to give Apache.
Nothing. Nothing. We're not giving anything at all. Just standard settings. That's practice. We do a lot of things in practice.
Because here we will install JDK all.
Right.
For that, we need something.
No, we don't need. We will install it manually once we log in over there.
Using
Yeah, we'll create a blank one first and then we'll log in and then install it instead of using user data model. You found out where you created it? Saul is my account. Whose account it is?
The account I created it, I logged into her account and
Okay.
I did that. But still it's not showing in her system.
That's not possible, ma'am. Please don't talk rubbish. Huh?
See, please, I will show you.
It's like, I logging into your Gmail and I can't see your Gmail. It's not possible. No, please don't tell me that stuff. Either you created a new user, logged in with that user, or something is happening. Did you find out where that access ID is? Where is that access ID? Can you show me that access ID somewhere? Then I'll tell you what is happening. If it is already there, leave it. If it's not there, go ahead and select. Maven plugin. Yeah, go ahead and do one simple one, like SSH echo or something. Very basic. I launched the spot instance, right? For that admin, it got terminated.
So now, equally running here.
Yeah.
We can parallel open another session and we can run those.
Yeah, yes, you can. You can. Okay, Pranav.
okay
Good. Uh-huh. Very good. You got an error. Errors are good. So tell me what the error is. At the beginning, you have to read through all the errors. Don't depend on the color. Not all terminals will show color. So read from beginning till the end. Somewhere it says some problem. Okay, right. So unexpected status, something is happening, waiting for that stack. Okay. No special information. Then next, AWS EC2 subnet route table association, blah blah blah. Creation failed. Okay. Cancelled. Then NAT gateway creation failed. Resource creation cancelled. Okay. Then creation fails, resource creation cancelled. So it's basically cancelling EC2. Then towards the end, EC2 route here. This is also cancelled. Then EKS control plane failed. Let's see why it's saying cannot create cluster dev ss2 because the US East 1E, the targeted availability zone, does not currently have sufficient capacity. They're basically saying we don't have enough systems in this region to launch your EC2 instances. So you have to change the region or availability zone. All right, maybe see there we have enough capacity. So you will get all the list of availability zones on the console. You go here, management console. You click here, you will see the whole list. So right now I think you are under US East 1. It's ready to run it on US East 2. So the command, you have to run the same EKS CTL command, change the availability zone. Go back to the command prompt. Okay. Same command with a different availability zone. Also change the name of the cluster. It will again throw an error otherwise. Yeah, now say dev3 or something. Launch it again quickly. No, just on arrow mark. Arrow. Change the availability zone to have east 1, right? Change it to east 2. Hmm. 2. Change the name of the cluster to dev2. Dev3. Change it.
While executing this command, I am able to command not found.
You have to clone Git repository.
I have cloned, sir.
Then you missed some command. CD DevOps Cloud Mini Project. It says there is an error, right?
Ah,
Go there, go back. ls. It's not there. Install Java.
I am not installing.
Install Java 8. That command name is. It's not install Java. But you have given is Java. It's install Java 8. Whatever is the name, you have to give the same name. You found it out? The same ID? Not possible. Click here. What's the ID? 032. What's there? Is it 032? Then? How's it same? Internet disconnected. I think your EKS, the command will go. You can do one thing, you can run it in the background. by using a ampersand at the end. I think that's a better way. We'll see. కొన్నిసార్లు డిస్కనెక్షన్ ఎందుకు అవుతుంది ఓవర్లోడ్ అవుతుంది యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్ Now if you are disconnected try to connect to room 2 guys some of you alright I think the access point is something wrong
Yes.
yes
After installing the developer,
mm-hmm.
I'm getting the source not found.
What's not found?
Source is
That's an error that's fine same error we'll do one thing I think I'll change that thing mm. What's the error? That is because of internet. Run it one more time. After connecting, it failed. What's the error? Okay, do one thing. Run it again. At this time, add ampersand at the very end. You have only command, right? EKS command. Change the name and US is 2, that thing over there. At the very end, put ampersand command. That will make the command go run in the background. So even if your terminal is down, you can reconnect to the same instance and you'll be able to see it. All right. But again, if you run it on the background, you have to redirect the output somewhere. Let's run it for now. It will at least run in the background. That's fine. Whenever it's okay. We'll delete it. That's fine. That's fine. That should be fine. That should be fine. Uh, Pranav, we have to fix that error. Huh? Pranav, run this command on your terminal and move forward. It's on Slack. Which one? Not necessary. Not necessary. Not necessary. Not Rails. That no, you can use the same document. You're just testing it. So whatever is in our Jenkins workshop thing, you can use the same settings. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Status is rollback complete.
So it's not created.
It's showing X marking status.
Yeah, rollback completed means something went wrong. It's rolling back.
But we have changed it to the dev one.
Okay. It says ready. Yeah, then it's coming up.
But here, when we go into
This is the old one. No, go to the EKS clusters. Mm. Yeah. On the left side, clusters.
it's not showing something.
Then probably you created in the wrong font.
We have region. We have seen the region.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Actually, this was not found.
Maven version for Maven version. That's fine. That's fine. We'll fix it. We'll fix it
This
when
we have to
we.
neglect.
What are those things? Click add build. Maven, Nexus, no, yeah, click, skip it. Nexus, we don't have it.
Region 1.
Mm-hmm.
But our EKS customer region 2.
Right.
It will is there any problem?
No, your kubectl is already working, right?
Yes.
So that should be fine. If there is a connectivity problem, your EKS will not work at all. Yes.
And let code disconnected again, sir. So
Yeah. Go ahead, run it. Let's hope this comes up this time. This time, no. This time it will be running in the background because it's running on your instance. And it's running in the background, so you can connect to the instance again and it will continue. Yes.
The very next command is under Java. I am unable to use that.
What's error?
Command.
I think the command is install Jenkins underscore install. Look at the file name ls and use the correct file name. I gave a wrong file name. Mm-hmm.
While running the freestyle job is coming as finished failure.
That's fine. What's the build command you're giving? What's the build actual build you are giving?
Only build now I give.
That's fine. You have to give some kind of command, echo command or something. There is a build step. In the build step, probably you have given Maven package. You have to give some echo command, a simple command.
In case of Maven, you
Uh,
can't give
uh, just give a simple Linux command and it will run successful. Yeah. Still, yeah.
Build step is not there.
Should be there. SSH plugin should be installed. SSH. That's okay. Leave it. When we configure our pipeline, we'll check it. Oh. It's okay, guys. It's not shock. It's not a bomb. Vishnu, go ahead and run that cloud nuke. See if it works. You want to test something else? We want to nuke it.
So here, what I have now and I deleted it. In build stage.
Execute shell and give any command you want. Give any command you want. Regular shell script, that is.
Public IP ఇస్తున్నారు సార్ మా Jenkins after installation తర్వాత let's say రెండు మాట్లాడుతున్నాం
సో ఏమై ఉండొచ్చు?
ఇంకా అదేమైనా ప్రాపర్గా ఇన్స్టాల్ కాలేదేమో డౌట్
పర్ఫెక్ట్. కరెక్ట్గా ట్రబుల్ షూట్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు చూడు ఒకసారి ప్రాపర్గా ఇన్స్టాల్ అయిందా లేదా అని. జెంకిన్స్ రన్ అవుతుందా లేదా చెక్ చేయండి ఫస్ట్. Where are we, ma'am? Did you identify what went wrong? What is that? No, the accounts thing. Did you figure it out? Why the account ID is different?
Maybe she might have logged in to other users.
Okay, so now you are running on the correct one. Okay, so you are running it again, or you are going to use that one. You will use another one. So you have to run the EKS command again. Okay. Install అవ్వలేదు. Service status Jenkins. System CTL status Jenkins. Is this Ubuntu session? Ubuntu. System CTL Jenkins status. It's not Jenkins, it says. The command system CTL is not found. Okay, service Jenkins. Service Jenkins status.
తర్వాత టీ ఏమో మిస్టేక్ అక్కడ
Okay. System CTL status Jenkins. CTL. It's not there. Your installation did not complete. Try to run the installer again. Try to run the installer again. Pull the code, fresh code. There's a lot of changes. So git clone, do it again. That's fine. Yeah, you did a success. After that, nuke everything if you want to. Otherwise, keep it.
But if we want to use it again, it will stay as it is.
Yeah, if your EC2 is running, it will stay.
For this, to open this, I have to go to direct here URL and the IP and the
That's
port.
it. That's it.
The
That's
Jenkins
it.
will be open.
Yeah. Right.
If I nuke everything, it will go, sir. Everything.
Yeah, we are deleting everything, nuking.
If
So
not,
either,
if not, any bill will be charged.
yeah, the EC2 bill will be charged. If it is on the free tier, it's okay.
It is under free tier only. Sir, if I start
The AMI is under free tier. Yeah, micro instance is also under free tier. Yeah, mostly there won't be any charges.
Sir, if I stop the instance here, will it work?
Which one?
Jenkins server.
It won't.
It won't.
It won't. It's just like a virtual machine. What's the problem, Pranav?
I want to give input, sir.
Where?
Sudo SC first.
కాదు అసలు ఏది తీసుకోవట్లేదు.
కొత్త సెషన్ ఓపెన్ చేయి.
అది క్లోజ్ సార్.
ఏది?
సెషన్ మళ్ళీ ఇది
కొత్తది లాంచ్ చేయండి.
లాంచ్ చేసాము. అది ఉంటుంది సార్ EKS
అది ఉంటాయి. అది సర్వర్ మీ క్లస్టర్ క్రియేట్ అయిపోయింది.
అది జిట్ క్లస్టర్ అని కొడుతుంది. ఎట్లా బిల్ చేసుకోవద్దా?
AWS కాన్ఫిగర్ ఉందా? గెట్ క్లస్టర్ రావట్లేదు. మీ STS ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చింది. అంటే మీ AWS కాన్ఫిగర్ రావాలి. మళ్ళీ చేయండి ఒకసారి. AWS కాన్ఫిగర్ అవ్వాలి. మీరు ఎందులో ఉన్నారు? ఓకే, కరెక్ట్ అయినా అది? ఓకే, ఎంటర్. సరే, దాన్ని కాన్ఫిగర్ చేసి మళ్ళీ లేదంటే కన్సోల్ నుండి చూద్దాం. Yes.
AWS also charges for VPCs, only instance.
Only instances. VPCs it won't charge. VPC is it's a logical thing. So there's nothing that is. They usually charge for three things: RAM, CPU, hard disk. Physical things. Even in outside world, that's what you charge. Outside physically, if you are buying something outside, they will charge it for you. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
So even though we stop the instance,
Bill does not generate instantly. It's like a postpaid bill. So it takes some time for the bill cycle to run. It usually runs every 1 hour. So normally after you finish using your AWS resources, and next night you will get the exact bill. Until after time it keeps generating.
what happens if we don't pay the bill?
Nothing happens. Regular legal process. For 1,000 rupees, he is not going to do anything. But usually they charge, if it is, if your account is really new and you are, using too much of resources, they put up automatic limitations. Then you have to call them.
1,600 rupees.
They don't care about 1,000. Up to 10,000, nobody cares. If it exceeds, they'll call you. They can't do much. They'll have to file a case. Nobody is interested in the case of AWS. They can't do anything. But usually you can't run beyond certain things on AWS in that model. Yeah, but AWS provides a lot of other services. They have a lot of really good. That is their storage. That's just storage. Does it provide snapshots? AWS is AWS. It's enterprise level. What these guys provide is, you can put up static HTML pages. Beyond that, they can't do anything else. There are no backups, nothing. You can't configure anything. And you can't link it up with anything. Now here, you have an EBS volume. You can attach it to an EC2 instance. So those are the features that cloud provides.
Sir, I have one doubt in answer. The format of inventory file we don't
Format is simple. Using this host name and the variables. We did that discuss.
explain only the format of host file.
That is the default file. That's too complicated for anybody.
Sir did not take this inventory. What we are doing, we are copying the content and pasting here in the inventory file.
This is the easy way. This is a better way. That's the reason I did not discuss the host file.
But
Seems like he went to the default file.
if you give like that, it is coming as error, sir.
That's a nano problem. You have to properly copy paste it. We're trying to automate it. We'll see. That's it. You have a group name and square brackets, all right. Then you have a host name and any variables for that host.
Actually, there is only group name. Below three, we gave three IPs.
IPs will work. If we are using host names, they won't. We were using host names.
They're not using those.
During this whole exercise, we were using host names. The reason is I want it to be same for everybody, irrespective of the IP. That way, you will focus more on Ansible. Otherwise, you will be spending more time on fixing the IPs, correcting, copying, pasting the actual IPs. So your focus will be on irrelevant things. That way, your whole learning process or learning experience becomes bad.
Due to that ping command, all are not working.
Nothing works if the inventory file is wrong. We will try to fix it. We are trying to automate that in creation of the inventory file itself. Maybe it will come later.
Let's go.
Bash sh. Why you are using sh?
Installing Jenkins.
Why are you using sh? Where do you see sh?
Actually, in that command it is wrong, sir. It is given as install Jenkins, but the file name is different here. Jenkins install.
No, I changed it. Pull the code again.
Exactly.
Pull the code, remove the directory, and remove the directory, pull the code, and then run the correct one. Yes.
It's again showing same error after it's showing version, but it's showing version.
EKS cluster CTL is not working. That's fine. Don't worry. You were able to see it in the console, right?
Yes, sir.
We'll fix that one later.
Java install
What's the error?
no such directory.
Pull the code again. Pull the git again, git clone. Delete that DevOps Cloud directory. Run a git clone again. I fixed some of those names. The name is wrong. What was in the document and what was actually present were different. A cluster created? Okay, going on. Sorry, ma'am. Starting? Okay. Okay, don't worry. We are simply learning, so don't worry too much. This is not a production.
Sir. Lately we are giving big commands.
Which one?
We have given this to our cluster.
Okay,
After
okay.
that we are performing this task.
Create deployment on EKS. You can skip that part. You can, but it runs on the master. It goes to the kubectl. You have a 3-node cluster, right? That's where everything is happening.
Yes, we will perform this
On admin. No, we are running it on admin. So that will link to the master, right? And once you connect it to the API of the master, whatever you put in there, the master will deploy it to orchestrate it to workers.
If we go to admin,
Okay.
it will go to master.
Git won't go to master. Only EKS CTL will go. Then only it can. That's the only command that can go to master. Or you can use kubectl and link up the kube config file. Inside the kube config file, we can give the IP of the master.
Yeah.
That's another way to do it.
Again, same error I am getting.
Command not found. ls install Jenkins. You are not in the right directory. ls yeah, that's fine. Dot slash run it. Dot slash install underscore Jenkins dot sh. Yeah, that's one. Second one.
dot slash.
No space. Sudo. Or go to root. Anything is okay.
Same, I have to paste it.
Yeah, same command. Dot slash. Dot slash. Install Jenkins. Permission denied. Chmod. Chmod 755. Install Jenkins. Space install Jenkins.
Did not come in yours.
To be exit from that directory.
And delete it and again close it.
Okay, again then
Ch space mod. Chmod space 755. Now run the command. Dot slash Jenkins. Install Jenkins. Sorry. Those who want to destroy everything and try to recreate it, you can run the cloud nuke thing. Just refresh your page and you will see those commands. You may have to clone your repository again. Now this nuke will destroy everything in your account, especially the VPC, default VPC. Again, you have to create it. If you want to keep your environment as it is, then shut down the EC2 instances and let it go. Let it be there. All right, we'll try to stop it here. Any questions? Failed waiting, successful resource rate. Cleanup features, delete cluster, error occurred and cluster hasn't been properly managed, blah blah blah. Because that targeted, okay, you don't have enough space there. It's not your problem, it's AWS problem. Change the availability zone to 1 into 2. Put the same command again. What's happening is there are not enough EC2 instances in that region. Same command again. She doesn't have to do anything. It's a problem with AWS. Go back to the command. You're going to change the name and you're going to change the region. US East 2, make it. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Any questions, guys? In things that we have done today? Yes.
You have another instance for Jenkins.
Correct.
Yeah, for that also we have to give in a command prompt key value and
Yeah, if you want to log into that instance, then no.
he's asking AWS configure.
No, not necessary. AWS configure is a command to connect to your AWS account. Just like you're logging in from username password, right? That is using browser. The same way you can log into your AWS account from command prompt also. So you will do AWS configure only once. Once you are logged into configuration, then you can connect to any instance you want. Right. అన్నీ అయిపోయాయి. ఇంకేం లేదు, అదంతా క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది ఆటోమేటిక్గా. అది క్లస్టర్లో కనిపిస్తుంది. అదంతా కాన్ఫిగరేషన్లో ఉంది. మనం ఇచ్చిన కమాండ్లో ఆటోమేటిక్గా క్రియేట్ అయిపోయింది అనమాట. డిఫాల్ట్గా తీసుకుంటారు. ఆ డీటెయిల్స్ కావాలి అంటే మనం ఈకేఎస్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ దాంట్లోకి వెళ్ళి ఆ డీటెయిల్స్ అన్నీ ఉంటాయి. నోడ్ 1 ఐపీ ఏంటి, నోడ్ 2 ఐపీ ఏంటి, మాస్టర్ ఐపీ ఏంటి, నోడ్ 1లోకి లాగిన్ అవ్వాలంటే పెమ్కి ఏంటి, నోడ్ 2లోకి లాగిన్ అవ్వాలంటే పెమ్కి ఏంటి, దాని సెక్యూరిటీ గ్రూప్ ఏంటి, దీని సెక్యూరిటీ, ఇదంతా వాళ్ళు ఏం చేశారంటే ఒక స్టాండర్డ్ టెంప్లెట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు. అంతా ఇచ్చారు అంటే ప్రతి వాళ్ళు మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేకుండా. సో మనం జస్ట్ టెంప్లెట్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని లాంచ్ చేస్తామంటే అన్ని క్రియేట్ అయిపోతాయి. ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా ఏం క్రియేట్ అయ్యాయి అనేది మనకి ఇంటర్ఫేస్లో కనిపిస్తుంది. అది ఈకేఎస్ క్లస్టర్ సెపరేట్. జెంకిన్స్ మనకు కావాలి కాబట్టి జెంకిన్స్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకున్నాం దీనిపైన. ఆ పైది ఈ పని అంతా చేయడం కోసం దాన్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఎక్కడో దగ్గర నుంచి చేయాలి కదా, మనకి ఎక్కడి నుంచి చేస్తాం, ఎక్కడ ఒక పని ఒక ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఉంటే తప్ప మనం అవన్నీ చేయలేం పనులన్నీ. అందుకని అది పెట్టుకున్నాం. లేదు, ఈ 2 ఉన్నాయి, ఇక్కడ 3 ఉన్నాయి, 5 ఉంటాయి మీద. నో, ఇవన్నీ EC2 ఇన్స్టెన్స్, ఒక్కొక్కటి ఒక్క వర్చువల్ మిషన్. సో మీరు EC2లోకి వెళ్ళారంటే అందులో కనిపిస్తుంది ఎన్ని వర్చువల్ మిషన్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు అనేది. EC2 ట్యాబ్లోకి వెళ్ళారంటే అన్నీ కనిపిస్తాయి. అందులో కొన్ని EKS ఉన్నాయి, కొన్ని మీరు క్రియేట్ చేసిన ఉన్నాయి. EC2 ట్యాబ్లోకి వెళ్ళండి. EC2లో టోటల్ ఎన్ని రన్ చేస్తున్నారు అనేది ఉంటుంది. మీ క్లస్టర్ క్రియేట్ అవ్వలేదు అనుకోండి. మీ క్లస్టర్ క్రియేట్ ఇక్కడ ఇది రీజియన్ మార్చండి. మీరు US ఈస్ట్2లో చేశారు కదా, ఈస్ట్2. ఎక్కడ క్రియేట్ చేశారు EKS క్లస్టర్? ఇదేనా? 2 ఇన్స్టెన్సెస్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి? అది ఇవి మీ EKS క్లస్టర్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది? కమాండ్ రన్ చేసేటప్పుడు రీజియన్ ఏమి ఇచ్చారు? క్లస్టర్ క్రియేట్ అయింది. ఓకే, కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ ఇంకా రీజియన్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది చూడండి. US East 1. ఓకే, US East 1 EC2లోకి వెళ్ళండి. ఎన్ని క్లాస్ కంప్యూట్కి వెళ్ళి కంప్యూట్ లేదు, మీ EKS క్లస్టర్ క్రియేట్ అయింది కానీ ఇన్స్టెన్సెస్ అవ్వలేదు, ఫెయిల్ అయిపోయాయి, అవ్వలేదు సరిగ్గా. మళ్ళీ క్రియేట్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. బేసిక్ కంప్యూట్ నోట్స్ 3 నోట్స్ ఉండాలి కదా, 3 నోట్స్ రాలేదు. ఇక్కడ కనిపించాలి 3 నోట్స్, ఇక్కడ కనిపిస్తే అక్కడ కనిపిస్తాయి. ఆ EC2లో అన్నీ కనిపిస్తాయి. అంటే ఇక్కడ EC2లో ఉన్నా సరే అక్కడ అన్నీ కనిపిస్తాయి. ఇందులో EKSలో ఉన్న EC2లు కనిపిస్తాయి. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఉన్న 3 మళ్ళీ అక్కడ కనిపిస్తాయి. ఇక్కడ లేవు కాబట్టి అక్కడ కూడా కనిపిస్తాయి. ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు లేవంటే ఇక్కడ క్లస్టర్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఏదో ఒక ప్రాబ్లం అయింది. సో అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలంటే ఈ క్లస్టర్ ఆ క్లస్టర్ మరి డిలీట్ చేయాలి. ఇప్పుడు తప్పదు, డిలీట్ చేసేసి మళ్ళీ క్లస్టర్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి.
మనం మామూలుగా ఒకటే జెంకిన్స్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకుంటే ఒక ఈకేఎస్
అడ్మిన్. ఇది మినీ ప్రాజెక్ట్.
టోటల్ అక్కడ 5 NPR
యాక్చువల్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అంటే ఒక 10-15 అయినా ఉండాలి. ఎందుకంటే నీకు మొత్తం అన్ని SDLCలు అన్నీ ఉండాలి, QA ఉండాలి, UAT ఉండాలి, ప్రీపాడ్ ఉండాలి, ఒక్కొక్క దానికి 2 కావాలి. 10 అయ్యాయి. రైట్. లేదు అంటే EC2 ఇన్స్టెన్స్ వర్కర్ నోట్ సెపరేట్ EC2 ఇన్స్టాన్సెస్, కానీ మనం EKS కమాండ్ ఇస్తేనే అది క్రియేట్ చేసేస్తాం, మనం మాన్యువల్గా చేయట్లేదు. Any questions, guys? Let's look at the steps. Yeah, go ahead. Right.
One is for Jenkins. Another is to install this AWS CLI and Eksctl.
Right.
So, Inco VPC creates for this.
That is separate VPC, I think. When you are giving EKS, it's going to create it in default itself. Yeah. The EKS command is creating in default. Yes.
So you said
We didn't. Ideally, it should be separate, but here it's coming into the same VPC. That's a 3-node cluster. So you will have 3 nodes, 3 EC2 instances, but all those 3 EC2 instances are created by this command. So when we are running this command, it's actually creating this whole structure. So you have 3 EC2 instances here that are created by this command, and then you manually created 1 and 1. So total 5 instances you will have. All right. Yeah.
DevOps Cloud
delete that DevOps Cloud directory. Delete that directory and clone it again. Yeah, you have latest one. Yeah. ఇది అందులో రన్ చేయాలి మీరు అడ్మిన్లో. అక్కడే మీ AWS CLI ఉంది. అది ఏం చేస్తుంది, క్లౌడ్ న్యూక్ ఏం చేస్తుంది, మీ AWS అకౌంట్ కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి మొత్తాన్ని అంతా న్యూక్ చేస్తుంది. AWS కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలి అంటే ఏం ఉండాలి, AWS CLI ఉండాలి. AWS CLI మనకి జెంకిన్స్లో లేదు, అక్కడ ఉన్నాయి. సో మీరు బేసిక్గా సేమ్ రిపాజిటరీని దానిలో క్లోన్ చేసుకుంటున్నారు, దీనిలో క్లోన్ చేసుకుంటున్నారు. ఇక్కడ క్లోన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఇన్స్టాల్ జెంకిన్స్, ఇన్స్టాల్ జావా యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఆ పైన క్లోన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఇన్స్టాల్ క్లౌడ్ న్యూక్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు. దాని డైరెక్టరీ లొకేషన్ కరెక్ట్ కాదు. // ఏదో యూజ్ చేయండి. // ఇన్స్టాల్ కమ్ వదిస్తాం. ఎస్.